If you've been wondering whether you're actually on the right path, even though things feel uncomfortable, quiet, or strange right now, this reading is for you. Because one of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming spiritual growth should feel exciting or obvious. What came through here is that some of the clearest signs you're aligned don't feel good at all. They feel confusing, heavy, or even flat, like you've lost interest in life. So I asked the cards for 5 signs you're on the right path, even when it really doesn't feel like it. Hi, I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot. This channel is all about practical tarot guidance for spiritual growth. Not predictions, not hype, just insight you can actually apply in your real life. This reading is for anyone who feels unsettled in a way they can't quite explain. Life feels different and you're not sure whether that means you've done something wrong and gone off track, or whether this is actually normal and you're right where you're supposed to be. These signs don't look how people expect spiritual growth to look. Some of them feel uncomfortable. Some of them feel confusing and leave you wondering what's going on. And one of them can feel downright unsettling if you don't understand what's happening. As we move through the cards, you'll be able to tell very clearly whether this phase you're in is growth or whether it's time to change direction. So let's look at the 5 signs that came through. The first sign comes from the Queen of Cups reversed and can be very disorienting, unless you know it's actually a sign telling you you're going in the right direction. The first sign is about losing interest in the things that used to absorb your attention. Your previous passions, hobbies, work, or even genres of books you used to love, just no longer appeal anymore. The stuff you used to focus on and set goals around now seems meaningless, and you find yourself wondering what you saw in it all. It's okay to let go of things, even things you've previously invested a ton of time and energy into. If it's no longer a passion for you, it's time to let it go. It might become a passion again in the future, or it might not. Either is good. It's simply time to be doing things that vibrate with where you currently are instead of where you used to be. Weirdly, though, it might not even be things you can understand logically that are falling away. For example, you might be struggling to meditate, or at least get into deep meditation right now. You might be unable to contact your guides, and you're wondering what you've done wrong and why they're not talking to you at the moment. It's okay. You've not done anything wrong. You might have moved beyond your current guides and you're transitioning to new ones. You might simply be so deep into this baggage clearing phase that it's stopping you from hearing them. Or you might be doing so well and going right down the right path that you simply don't need their guidance at the moment, so they're silent. The second sign is from the Knight of Wands and can be exciting after the first sign. You long for the freedom to explore new things. You're not very sure whether you're good enough to do it or worthy of doing it, but something inside you really wants something different in your life. You're talking about it, even if only to yourself, but so far you haven't had the courage to take a step towards actually doing it. At the end of the day, if it's something you're passionate about, you're meant to do it. So take a deep breath and take that first step instead of just talking about it. It will open all sorts of doors to new experiences that you are designed to have, however scary it might feel. The third sign comes from the Three of Swords and can be tough if you don't know what's happening. You're feeling like everything that can go wrong is. It's like all your old trauma and heartbreak seems to be popping up again. You keep randomly bursting into tears for no logical reason. You're exhausted and you feel lousy. It's almost like you're fighting something like the flu, but you're not actually doing so. Your head feels full and stuffy. You have weird aches and pains popping up, and frankly, it sucks. Like you have your own personal rain cloud following you around. This is just you clearing out all the last bits of the lower vibrational baggage in order to integrate the new higher frequencies on the path you're following. It might feel like you've gone backwards, but you haven't. You're simply letting go of all the stuff you can't take with you going forward. The fourth sign is from the Nine of Swords reversed, and it's actually a breath of fresh air after the previous signs. You no longer want drama in your life. You're done with the emotional roller coaster, the fighting, whether that's in your relationships, your work, your home life, your finances, or even just your self-talk. You want things more neutral, and you want for you to be less reactive, so you can focus on getting yourself to a more heart-centered internal space. You want to be the one running the show, instead of having external events running your life and allowing them to determine how you experience each moment. The fifth sign comes from the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This one can be very disturbing if you don't know what's really going on. You're getting less and less attached to physical items and the idea of a fixed physical reality. Physical stuff just feels like it comes with attachments that weigh you down. So you're realizing you want to throw a bunch of stuff away so your environment feels lighter, freer, and less cluttered. For the fixed reality side of things, though, you're becoming more and more aware that different timelines exist. We do actually live in a multiverse with an infinite number of different timelines where versions of yourself and others exist. With this sign, you might be starting to see more of these timelines bleeding through into your everyday life. Initially, this will be things like déjà vu occurring or finding yourself waking up from a dream when you already thought you were awake. At the extremes of this, though, once you're very high vibration, you'll start to see some really inexplicable things. Things that just couldn't be possible if what you defined as the past was real. It's an extreme form of the Mandela effect, where different people remember different things happening in the past. All that's happening is that you've simply jumped to another timeline where something different happened in that past. Remember, the past doesn't exist any more than the future exists. All we have is now. So everything else is a creation of our minds to help us make sense of the present moment. This is how different people can remember different past events. If you're wondering why these signs are showing up for you right now, I go much deeper into that in my previous video, why your spiritual growth feels slow and what's actually happening. It's linked in the description below, and I'll also put it up here on the screen as well at the end of this video. If this reading resonated for you, let me know in the comments below which signs you're experiencing right now. And please hit like and subscribe. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I'll see you in the next video.